Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Nearly 90's. I'm your host, Bryce Cherney. With me is my co-host, Jonah, and we got kind of not a jam-packed episode today, but we are not. I think we're more so just kind of going away from just like doing like, I guess, current events more so. And just kind of more so just focusing on just like the main event thing we want to do in the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
So, the main thing we're going to be talking about today is Attack on Titan, if you've seen by the title. So,
which is current, but I mean, we want to talk about it. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to fizzle out in relevancy just because of how much of an impact it's had.
Generally, yeah.
Shit, it started in 2013, and people were faithful enough for, what was the gap between seasons?
Did the series start in 2013 or
I think it started in 2013, and there was that massive 6 or 7 year gap between that and season 2.
Yeah.
And you'd think it would have died out, but holy shit. The fan base was strong.
See, I think it was because people knew what was happening in the manga.
That's true.
When did the manga start?
Gosh, I don't know, but it was definitely well ahead, very well ahead. I remember seeing some really lore heavy stuff that a classmate was reading while I was in grade school. God, that's aging me.
Wild.
But that really shows how, I guess that shows how young I am. Yeah, I was in grade school and some girls really deep into the manga, and I already saw some spoiler stuff where I'm like, holy shit.
What'd you see?
Gosh, I can't remember if it was I don't know if they were already in Marley and stuff that early on.
No way.
I feel like I'm losing it. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that far in. I'm probably capping on that, but I don't remember for certain. But the creator did know exactly what he was doing. The fucking first episode, I think, in 2013 that aired, you know how they do the stuff between, I guess it's the commercial break stuff when it aired on TV, the black and white images with art. There's a map of Marley in episode 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wild. I didn't even realize that. And yeah, there is those giant maps and shit.
And then there's, what is it? There's other stuff too that just, episode 1's title. It's the To You 2,000 years ago or something.
And then the episode that resonates with it is in season 4, part 2.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
It's From You 2,000 years in the past, and then or something like that.
Yeah,
where they're
it's
connected titles pretty much.
Had an intended purpose for an odd title for the ending all the way in episode 1.
Honestly, one thing I did want to bring up is Hashime Isayama had, while he was making it, he actually had multiple endings for it. If it didn't go good, he was gonna end it after a couple volumes or one volume or something that, which I thought was really interesting that he actually knew. Oh, okay, if this doesn't work, I'll go this route. But if it goes this way, I'm gonna keep doing this and this and this.
Which I don't think that it. A lot of people said that the ending was bad in the manga, so they're well, they better do something different. And to my knowledge, it wasn't different that much. And I enjoyed it.
I believe the biggest thing that changed, if we're kind of just going more so
we can go
over
right
the whole
into
overall ending of it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I noticed was changed was, or not Aaron's line, Armin's line to Aaron while they're kind of having that conversation.
Where they kiss?
Yeah. Dude, that meme has just ruined it for me.
I thought they were going to kiss. I genuinely, most people, they're going to fucking kiss, bro.
The way they looked at each other, yeah.
They looked like they were about to get it on.
Yeah, they looked like they were hot and heavy in the moment. But, so, the thing that changed was, in the manga, Armin says, "Thank you for being a mass murderer for us," pretty much. Well, in the anime, it's well, we're both horrible people, so I'll see you in hell.
I guess there's a difference there in the meaning, obviously, but it's not anything that I think drastically fucks the ending
I don't
or
and
changes it.
I think
should say.
another
Like,
thing that people had problems with was Aaron just kind of being like whiny in that 1 second where Armin punches him and he's like, you really think Mikasa would ever care about you after or something like this? And he's like, no, I wanted to be with her for how long? I wanted to keep thinking about me forever, pretty much.
No, I don't see how that's.
See,
I don't see how that's the problem, because that shows that it was all an act, which you need to get across as part of the ending, because the whole thing is I'm not this serious stoic person that I tried to play off that I now am. It is I am still the same whiny bitch as I've always been. I just put on this persona because I needed to.
Exactly. And I think that's what people had problems with, because we didn't see that at first, and there was just that gap where it's like, oh, now he's just this uber cool OG guy, you know?
I didn't like that initially. I'm gonna be real. I did not like the suddenly Aaron's like the villain. I thought it was forced to shit, or it felt forced to shit. It makes sense now with the whole like, this is exactly how I needed to act in order for these events to occur.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing about the ending in regard to his character was bad to me. It was literally like, sorry, Armin, but I have never changed. I am still the same whiny.
Exactly.
I am still the same whiny little asshole who got power. And when I had that power, I did the very first thing I thought of to do with it from like season 1 was just be a rage machine with it.
Exactly. I love that. And I don't think, like, I've seen the ending, like the manga ending before this, and like I was uber like ecstatic with how it ended. Like I was like very satisfied, and I don't think there's a better way you could have ended it. Like I mean, because like people are always thinking like, oh, there's gonna be an anime original ending, but like when you really like put it in perspective, how many anime original endings are there?
Well, there's more than you'd probably think if
Really?
you look into the mangas of them. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because like, I mean, I know you can that like people will change certain aspects when adapting it, but ultimately, I feel like you got to get to the same ending point, right?
I mean, I guess it depends just how good / bad the manga really is in the end.
That's true. Because wasn't there like one? Because I've seen a video on it where this guy's like the only one that I've seen like a big change to the ending, and it was like, and it was because the manga was bad. So fuck,
it's
really
not Code Geass, I don't think, right?
No, it wasn't
Code Geass
Code-
ended the same.
Code Geass ended the same.
I love Code Geass.
And the funny thing is I think the similarities between Code Geass and Attack on Titan kind of show
I feel like
when
in the
when
ending,
he becomes
yeah.
a villain.
It's kind of
More of like a drawn out version than
it's
how
like
Code Geass did it.
It's like the sacrifice yourself as the villain to save the world type thing. I kind of get that, how it draws a parallel between those.
But I think like, I guess, I mean, going back on to like people thinking of the anime original endings, where like I guess people thought he was going to use like, one of them was like he was going to use the Warhammer power to actually be back in Paradise. Yeah, where he's the founding Titan body is out there, and I'm like, how do you, the thing is when we saw that power there, that cord I feel can only stretch probably so long, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's nothing in the greater scheme of the plot that needed changing for the ending. I think it ended, again, like in a greater scale, exactly how it should have ended. Honestly, one of the only gripes I had was the kind of cop-out ending with Jean and Connie, how they're just back. I felt like the show has never been a very kind show, and it was a little too good to the characters in that regard.
I'm pretty sure. I know Jean does survive in the manga.
Yeah, I think that's still how the manga goes, that they survive. If anything, I feel like the show has always been like... It's always been like, the brutal reality.
Yes.
The brutal reality, your favorite characters don't survive. I get how it's like Aaron's perfect reality, that he found the only way to keep all of them alive, but I feel like it could have been like an easy thing to say of like, this is the best reality where I saved as many of you as I could. and just say that they died as Titans. That was like the only thing where I'm like, that felt like a cop out.
Yeah, that is true because like I think it would have been a lot more.
It takes away all the weight of
Attack on Titan.
It takes away all the weight of it to just turn some of the main characters all the way from season 1 into Titans, which is so heartbreaking. And then it's just like, oh, they're fine.
Yeah, I agree. I'll agree with you on that.
That was like the only gripe I had with it, and it's very minor in the grand scheme of it.
What'd you think of the when I guess just kind of going into like the actual battle part?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of what was that thing that crawls out of Eren after
Isn't that just
the founding Titan frickin' hallucigenia thing or whatever?
What do you mean? You mean the source of all life or whatever? Yeah, I think that's what they call it in the manga. Technically, is like the source of all life.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean? Like my thoughts on
like,
it as like.
Do you like dig that like was like also part of the battle? I guess
I kind of like it. I feel like it is interesting. It's better than just kind of ignoring the fact that it had a presence before.
And then. Because, like, I mean, it was also in the manga, and people were thinking they were also going to cut that thing out because they're like, why did it come back? It was so weird to throw that. But, like, it was the thing that actually, like, made
it's a
Eren
physical
keep
thing,
going.
yeah.
It's the actual, like, reason the founding Titan is so powerful.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it being there. If anything, I found it odd that it's just, like, vanished when they killed Eren. But, because... I don't know. It felt weird how
that is true.
Because like, why does it just vanish? Like, there could have been like some final like killing it in some way.
I think the reason it vanished was so that it could
reset the cycle.
Yeah,
which makes sense. Which the cycle sure as shit continues.
Holy yeah. All right. Since we pretty much just talked about, I know we kind of just skipped past a lot of it.
That's fine.
Let's set back the dial a little bit. Let's go to the beginning of that fight. What did you think of all of the Titans?
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah.
That was so badass.
I knew that was going to happen. I saw it in the manga. I could not help like peeking at it every now and then going into like a bookstore.
Dude, and then like, my brain just seeing just the manga panels and then being like, how the hell is Mappa going to do this?
It was so cool though.
I feel they did justice. And there's I feel like the one beast titan that I want to point out
was dog.
No, not the dog, the lamb. That's like the ram.
That was that's Zeke's mentor. Yeah.
Yes,
because you see a panel of that in the manga, I think.
Yes, I believe it's and I don't know if this is in the manga, but like Zeke's mentor and like who was it?
Eren
Grisha Yeager.
Grisha, yeah.
All of them like coming to be like, no, we don't actually want to help Eren. We're gonna help y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that was in the manga, but like
them teaming up to help them at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Huh. I mean, I think it's cooler that it happened.
I think so. Cause like I think it makes sense with how Grisha talked to Zeke, and he's like, you got to stop Eren. This is horrible. Like,
yeah.
So I think that like. Kind of like finalizes his arc a little bit more.
Yeah. Have you seen the theory? And I kind of like this. If life, like the source of all life thing, keeps repeating the process in due time at some point in history, that some of the titans of the 9 titans in the final battle weren't just from the past but the future.
Holy fuck! Yes, dude, I love that. Dude, I believe that wholeheartedly.
A lot of people, it's so fucking stupid, but a lot of people have a theory that, you know, the end credit thing where like the kid goes into the tree with the dog?
Yeah.
Some people think that the dog got the founder. Not the kid. Because in the fight, I think it's like one of the cart titans, I think, or maybe a beast. I don't know. It's a dog.
That's wild. I love that shit. That's so great. Yeah, no. I mean, it's probably not the case. But
I love the fact that it's there as a theory.
I love how that is a theory though.
It's more crazy to me that there could be like future ones though, because that's cool. I really like that.
I think that I'll believe in that theory. What did you think of the cart titan's actual power being that it can just transform and transform and transform?
Well, yeah, because it's not a battle one, it's an endurance one. for like longer trips. That's why it's able to not pack a punch but keep transforming, and I like that. It's something different. I really wish Peak's design wasn't a fucking stupid looking duck lips, but
That is
with the armor
also
it's
true.
cool. They redeemed the way the Titan looks with like the armor.
It does, but she's really not wearing it in the final battle.
No, not really,
But I think I think just the one thing that stood out to me of Peak was when she's just like running down the bones.
oh yeah, because she's doing like that Spirited Away run that everyone keeps drawing comparisons to.
I didn't even make appearance. I just thought it looked funny, but
I think it's supposed to be like inspired by that scene where she's
Oh.
running down the stairs and Spirited Away.
oh, that's fair. That's fair. I get it now.
Yeah, but Peak though. You seen the fan art?
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh God, look up Peak Attack on Titan fan art. And
I am scared to look that up.
someone sent me an image once on Discord, and like, it's not the character I'd imagine to be like a Rule 34 heavy until I saw like what people were making. I'm like, holy shit,
jeez.
holy shit.
That's horrible.
It's horrible, but
Poor Peak, but I do like that Peak
at least
was
people aren't upset.
Moving on from that, I do like that Peak was the one that blew up, like wrapped the what is it, a bunch of like TNT around Aaron's
Oh
neck.
yeah.
I do like that she was the one to do that. Was she the one to explode it too?
Or did John do it?
I forget who
I
did
think
it.
she tried to do it, and the Warhammer kept impaling her. So then John, I think,
Yeah.
triggered it
I
because
think
they
it
were
was something
working
like that.
together.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even bring up frickin' Porco and his flying.
Yeah, the flying beast slash Jaws
Jaw.
because he got like some of Zeke's. It was Zeke's blood from the
Zeke's-
wine.
Yeah.
Oh no, spinal
Spinal
fluid from the
fluid.
wine that mixed them weirdly with like the Beast Titan and the Jaws. Which, how the fuck has no one experimented with that in the past in Marley? You could make some fucking goofy.
Well, I think that's what they were
Crossbreeds.
they were alluding to, that they did that to Annie. Like, so what? I forget.
Well,
I don't know.
They were
who-
testing it, I think, with her because her prominent thing is the crystal, the
her
hard.
hardening.
Unless is that from Warhammer originally?
I think so. I think with
'Cause
the yeah,
I thought that they implied.
it has to be.
I can't remember if because Warhammer obviously does it. That's like one of its most prominent things. I don't know if they ever imply that Annie does it naturally or not. Because season 1, you just don't know that knowledge yet.
Right.
So
She can just harden, and like and then the only
so
way
can
that
Rhina, but he doesn't do it till Zeke comes. So I'm assuming he gives him the armor.
I'm pretty sure, because
Yeah.
if Aaron couldn't do it until
Aaron
he
can't do
got
it until
the-
he got it. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how it is.
Yeah. So that might just be distributed because of the Warhammer, like a weakened version of it that they.
It has to be
cross between
That's
them.
so cool.
I'm trying to remember what Annie's special ability even is then as the female
I think
one, other
she
than
can
like calling
also
them.
she can also like call Titans, I guess, pure Titans.
And the only other prominent detail is the fact that she's prominently a woman one. So I think whoever gets that is a woman.
I think it has to be,
Because
and
even Peak isn't a
I
woman.
think it also like
Agile, I guess. Like whatever.
it's more agile, and I think you have to like be a better fighter. Like
I guess.
Annie was like a fighter, and I think they also like they picked the warrior candidates personally for certain Titans.
Unless you're Rhina, he's just kind of a backup.
Yeah, he was just a backup because they're like, hey, this guy sucks. Don't pick him.
Yeah. Armored started out as such a cool concept until you see like the Warhammer, the fact that everyone can get armor, and then Rhino just keeps getting his ass kicked, and it's like, why are you even like a prominent Titan anymore? You just keep
Dude,
getting your ass clapped.
Honestly, like that only thing he is a shield. By the end
And
of
a
it.
fragile one at that. When
Yeah.
you get down into like the deeper fights of the
Because,
series.
well, yeah, once they invent the thunder spears, they kind of get fucked over.
Yeah, for real.
So, I mean, yeah, because like I'm just thinking about like him or the armored Titan and the female Titan defending off the boat.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
seeing them just get torn to bits. Horrible.
I would have loved, I gotta say, the only thing in like the season 4 beginning of it, I would have loved to see when Aaron gets the Warhammer, like a physical look to the fusion of them, because like I know the founder doesn't really have a prominent look. It's just like the purple eyes.
Yeah.
The Attack Titan kind of has a more prominent look with like the kind of like generic tall muscular, and Aaron's got the unique looking teeth.
They
But,
also
like,
have green eyes.
yeah, but then like the Warhammer is such a cool look. It would have been really cool to see like a fusion of that with Aaron's Titan, like physically.
Yeah, I think really the only thing that he kind of just upgrades his hand armor.
Yeah, to like just perma be there, and then he uses Warhammer stuff.
Which, I mean, it's cool to see him actually use the Warhammer stuff, but I feel like
If you would have given him like that white look to him, and
it
then
would have
like,
been so cool.
like something like the eyes, maybe.
maybe it was too silly to add like an extra white armor.
I think it would have
kinda
looked
thing on
fucking
top.
badass.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
me. That's me going back to like in my Yu-Gi-Oh fusions as
That's
a kid.
fair. I don't know. They're fleshy titans, so.
It's still awesome to see him in colossal form.
Oh yeah, dude, that was my favorite part. Seeing Armin and Aaron go off, just throwing knocks back at each other.
Yeah, I was watching it with Val, and she's like, "Why is he a colossal?" I'm like, "Cause I mean, A, he could be whatever the fuck he wants right now, and
He's
B,
the founding titan,
and B, so he can have a fist fight with Armin as Titans for the last fight."
right?
Which I wish there was a little bit more of like dedicated time to just that. It's kind of just like a couple blows.
It
and
really
then-
is just like, I do wish they did do more with it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Again, like this is getting real nitpicky. The series is great. The ending, I think, is great. It was an overall great series, but if you're getting like really nitpicky, and this is kind of just like a fiction / anything in general, it's a really common thing now to have fight scenes be like just something that's happening amongst the chaos of 3 other different things happening in the plot, where I
Right.
kind of miss like back when you used to watch any like, I don't know, superhero movie, anime, where like a fight starts and it's just the fight.
It's the fight, and I feel like the fights then at that point have meaning.
Yeah.
Like, and it's almost like there's like scenes that like you cut in between that is like going back to this person's background and then the other person's background. It kind of like makes the fight better.
Yeah.
So,
Although I don't like when fight scenes cut to like past clips too much. That drives me
well,
crazy.
I don't think it should be that. I think it should be like either things you haven't seen that kind of just like pushes like the motivation of the character. I think that's when it works better.
Yeah, there's like probably one example I can think of. It's kind of like I'm not going to veer too far off with this, but just like really deep into like the Naruto series. There's like, it's one of those shows where it's like they stop and explain all their fucking moves as they do it. It's
Right.
one of those. But like the very end, like this deep into the very end of the fucking show, there's one fight between like 2 really prominent characters. It's not like a Naruto Sasuke thing. I'll just say that. It's not that, but
Heard.
like it's just like 2 people fighting each other and they're just fucking going at it. They're not explaining shit. They're just beating the fuck out of each other. But then it just starts cutting back to them like fighting as little kids, and I'm like, stop it. This is so cool. Stop it. I don't want to see fucking 12-year-old versions of them fighting each other. I want to see them kill each other. Stop it.
That's fair. No, I get that. I get that. That I shouldn't, but it does remind me of the Chainsaw Man battle. The one you bring up where it's like them throwing snowballs as kids, and then it's the actual like Chainsaw Man.
Well, okay, that one I will
I
give,
feel like that one works a little bit more.
I'll say that one works more in my opinion, because it's like
the carrot.
it's the very innocent concept that cuts back to something really dark happening.
That is
a very well done idea for like a juxtaposition from like it's cute, but in reality there's something really fucked up happening.
That is true. Yeah. No, I get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought it was more like it added tension to it, because like it's like a scene of a little kid throwing snowballs or something, but you're like, I know
What's
but
happening?
I know something bad's happening, and it's not throwing snowballs.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But I mean,
Yeah.
to get back on it, I do like Aaron's Colossal Titan look more than Armin's, honestly.
I don't mind Armin's. Honestly, I don't know if it's better or worse than Bertolt's.
I think Bertolds definitely did have just like the top tier Colossal Titan look.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just because we've seen him for so long.
It's so iconic, yeah.
Yeah, but
It was like the face of Attack on Titan for a while.
he was, truthfully. what else is there to say about the ending before we talk about the big cutoff point where shing? Do we talk more? What else is there to talk about with the whole? Apparently, Aaron talked to everyone, including John, Connie, and like all of them had like a conversation, like Armin did apparently.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I kind of wish they shown that though. Like I thought they were going to.
Maybe like bits and pieces, but
like I don't want to see like a full thing. Like
yeah.
I wish that you could kind of like see it. But like, you know,
He
I think
just
it would have
calls
been
John
funny
a
if it was
horse
like this. If it was like just the same conversation, just like instead of Armin, it's just like that person in that scenario.
He's copying and pasting it
just over and over,
like a corporate email to everyone.
To be honest, that's what I would do. I mean, shit, you got to
save time, man.
You got to save time. You're doing this for all time in eternity, but you're also dying.
I also just want to imagine he talked to Jean in private and just called him a horse face.
I think so.
And that's it.
You look like BoJack Horseman. Deuces. Just that, and he's gone.
Yeah. And anyway, Jean, I'm outie. Don't fuck Mikasa. I'll kill you as a bird.
He still fucked Mikasa though. He still did.
Everyone says Jean's with Mikasa at the end. I don't know if I believe that.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah, because at least in the manga panels, that's what it's supposed to kind of be.
I don't know if I see it. I think it's another thing like the fucking stupid dog ending where it's like,
yeah,
you go ahead and think it, but I don't think anyone's going to confirm that, and it's fine not to.
That's fair. I mean, you do kind of see it like that Mikasa still cares for Eren.
Oh yeah, she'll never
wearing
forget
the scarf, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
but she moved on apparently. Like
she did have a family, so
yeah.
I guess we should kind of just talk about the big thing then with like, oh, you want to know what was added? There was an extra added scene of a mirror.
The
founding titan. Yeah, where she let out the pig.
What do you mean?
Was so, like, I forget where it was put in, but like in the midst of everything happening, you see it
the
like
Okapi? Like the Titan, the Okapi one?
No, like it actually cuts to like, you know, like the actual like backstory of Ymir.
Yeah.
And like how they're like, the king was like, someone let out a pig. Who did it? And they all point at Ymir because they're like, well, no one knows. Point at this chick.
Okay.
It turns out she actually did do it, and that's supposed to kind of show the similarities between Ymir and Eren right there, I guess.
What? I'm totally drawing a blank on this. So she let out the pig for what? Like, what was the purpose again?
I don't know. I guess just to have it be free.
I guess, in a way. I have to look back at that. I feel like I'm drawing a blank there.
But yeah, that wasn't in the manga, and that was added in.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I guess we haven't even talked about the frickin' the frickin' rumbling itself, actually.
I mean, the world's 80% gone.
The world is 80% gone. Dude, it was freaking horrible watching everyone just get stomped to death and like everyone's just falling off a fucking cliff pretty much. Passing a baby.
I feel like the baby was the most pointless thing ever just to add tension lazily because I'm sorry, but watching that, like, my brain's just thinking in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, fucking trillions of babies have already been trampled. Like, this is not, like, phasing me. I know it's dark, and you're really trying to be like, oh, no, the baby. But it's like millions, trillions are dead, including babies. We literally saw, like, a toddler, like, some fucking 12-year-old get fucking crushed at the beginning of, was it part 1 or 2 or whatever.
That is true. Just like...
Yeah. It's like... People are dying, babies included. This is just kind of lazy tension.
Right. I guess I could see where that is, where you're coming from. I think what I like about it is it's like you see like a baby that's pretty much just going to die.
Yeah.
And then you also see a baby getting born from Historia.
Yeah.
Which also...
I guess, yeah, add the parallel.
Have we talked about this before? Do you think that Eren...
no, he did not get her pregnant.
Dude,
no.
I think so.
No, people keep saying that as a theory. Why would he?
Fucking banging chicks, man.
Why would he get?
He's
why would
OG.
He get her pregnant?
He's a stunner.
Why would he get her pregnant? I don't see like the point in the plot at all where
Yeah,
it makes
no.
sense that she knocked
He
her
loves
up.
Mikasa. I get it. He wouldn't do it. I
I
just
just
like to
don't
play
see the
into it.
point in it. Like everyone wants to theorize that knocked her up. Like why though? It's obvious. They say it and it's not like that's a sus. Like no, that makes perfect sense. She wanted to get pregnant to avoid whatever the bullshit of like was it that she was gonna be overthrown or something, and
Did she?
she went and got pregnant with like just the help.
But was it her
basically.
idea or was it Aaron's idea that she got pregnant?
It might have just been like a collective both of them
Because I know they're just like sitting there having a conversation.
because they talked about it. They both talked about it, and I think it was more like a collective, like, yes, this is something that needs to happen, Aaron. Like, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So she just gets knocked up by the help farmer boy to, what was it? Again, it was like avoiding some responsibility that they would have dethroned her or something.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. You know what I wish was more apparent throughout the series though? Mikasa's headaches.
What do you mean? Like the
whole headache thing, because the headache thing is supposed to be like, so whenever apparently it's like a mere like
Yamisabito clan. What was it? Like her clan?
no, apparently her headaches were from Amir.
Asamabito. Oh, okay.
So yeah, like when Aaron's like, "Oh, these headaches you're getting and all that stuff, that's you trying to fight your natural instinct to serve your host or whatever."
Yeah.
None of that's real. So what it was supposed to be was a mere. Every time she got a headache, it was a mere like, I guess like using Mikasa's eyes to like see the scenes play out
Okay.
or something like that. And I guess another thing is like, I guess Mikasa was like the whole reason, or like the person.
Yeah, she turns out to be like the main character in a way.
So somehow like it was like Amir just knew that was the person who could end this or something,
Yeah.
and that's why she kept like looking into her mind and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Which I thought was interesting, but I wish it was more apparent throughout the series that she did have these headaches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any harm in them sticking around throughout the series
I get
without
it.
much
It's just
explanation.
it's just wild that like season 4, boom. Oh yeah, you've had these headaches all the time, and that stuff. I feel like it was just like kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was more probably like not knowing exactly what you were going to do with it for the foreshadowing
Right.
until later.
That's fair. I guess since we're talking about Mikasa, what do you think about the scene of Mikasa and Eren theoretically like running away or whatever?
I think it was meant to like peek into another timeline where they did, but when they do that, all their friends die, and so do like all the Eldians. So
Which is so wild. Like, it just makes the whole thing sad.
yeah, it's
'Cause-
kind of fucked up because it's one of those like there's only one way for
Right.
this to end how we want it to end in all the grand scheme of the multiverse, basically.
I do believe in some OVAs they actually do the same thing where they like look into different timelines and it's every timeline Eren dies or whatever.
It's always like he dies, Mikasa dies, the whole group dies, just all the Eldians die but them.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting. I do think the death of Eren was primo. Like the slow-mo, I honestly wish they would have spent just a little bit more time just like looking at those, seeing him get sliced and all that shit.
Yeah, it happens a little quickly.
It does. I kind of wish there was just a little bit more time, but I'm not complaining. There was a lot they had to do throughout this.
Oh fuck yeah, there was so much to do.
But yeah, I mean, is there anything else we kind of need to talk about with the ending?
I don't know. I think we're good on the ending. I mean, Eren obviously dies. Ymir goes away, I guess, in the source of all life just repeats the cycle at some point.
Yep.
Just implying that it's always going to keep going and going and going, repeating.
Yep, just like war or whatever.
War never changes, like that, was it Fallout quote? I think that's where that's from, unless Fallout takes it from someone else.
But yeah, I mean, we can probably start talking about our, I guess, just favorite moments throughout the series.
Yeah.
I mean, season 1 favorite moments. One of the big ones was when Eren has the boulder over his head in his Titan form, and there's like just a really dope music playing, and then there's like everyone's just saying all this motivational stuff. It's like gives me goosebumps watching that shit.
Yeah, I really liked season 1. Obviously, a lot of people did. That's why it fucking popped off to begin with. It was like one of the first like epic moments, other than just misery and defeat, basically.
Right.
And that was right after like the super anxiety inducing like holding him. I want to say hostage, but that was just the gunpoint with the cannonball.
Oh yeah,
which is like super nerve wracking.
Oh yeah, dude, that was really good. I do like the first fight between the female Titan and Eren.
Yeah, and oh god, Levi's whole squad.
Dude, just everyone fucking dies.
It's so fucking dark.
It's so horrible.
That and I didn't really give a shit about Marco dying. Am I terrible for that?
No, I get why you wouldn't care, but I'm also a guy that's like Marco didn't deserve that.
I mean, he didn't, but when I first watched this in like 2013 or something, I'm like, okay, like
I don't know. I
sorry,
think
side character B, like
I think just that one line he says to Jean, where he's like, you know, I think you're a good leader because, you know, you are one of us. You're the one, you know, you are scared.
Yeah.
I think that's just like, I think that's the reason I like Marco.
I think it was more fucked up watching what happened to Marco later.
Yeah.
Because you assume that he just got gawked by a Titan. No, it's much darker than that.
It's worse. It's so horrible. I was just watching. I'm almost done with watching it again with my girlfriend, but we just seen that like a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's horrible."
My favorite scene in the whole series, it's probably the most fucked up, but I love it. It's the suicide charge.
Absolutely.
I fucking love that scene so much.
Damn near brings tears to my eyes just because of just how motivational it is.
Well, not even that. It's just fucked.
It is fucked.
It's probably one of the most fucked scenes ever where it's like, oh my God. Like, it's like, so we're all just going to ride off and die. Yes. Yeah. That's it. We're going to die. Let's fucking do this shit.
We're going to die. We're going to die fighting pretty much.
We spin him back.
He's like, I love Erwin in that situation. He's like, dude, if there's a plan, tell me. He's like, there's a way. Why haven't you told us yet?
Because we're all finna die. That's why.
Because there's only one way this goes out. And then seeing frickin' Levi just go up against the Beast Titan right there and just annihilate him.
I love that scene. It's also way cooler looking in the manga where he stabs through his fucking cheek.
Yep. That shit was badass to see in the manga.
Yeah, it's the beginning of Zeke's comedic end to Levi constantly.
Right, dude. I can't believe he just gets trounced so many times by Levi.
Yeah, honestly though, oh god, just the best scene in my opinion. Just the best. The charge, that and like, gosh, I'm trying to remember. It's another Erwin scene. It's before the charge. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I was rewatching it with a friend, and his favorite parts were their, I think season 2, where they're chasing after Reina and Bertold when they have. Do they have Eren hostage or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have him hostage.
Are they
they're like like hugging him and they're like charging towards him. Erwin gets his fucking arm bitten off and he's like, "Keep going."
He said, "Charge."
Yeah, he's just basically, "Keep going, pussies." I don't give a shit. Keep going.
Forget about me. Eren's right there.
It just fucking.
I think that is honestly a really good scene though. Like that whole like. Just like them, like the whole like scouts, just like talking to Bertolt and like just like because like he's like covered up like by I think the Armor Titan's hands.
Yeah. Oh, just such peak. What? That's season 2 still, right? Not season 3.
Yeah, that's season 2.
Season 3. I was gonna say the only thing that kind of comes close to like a really really good moment to me that could be the best is just in general that entire going back to Shiganshina. That was so fucking good.
Yes.
Such a good fucking...
I love that.
Especially like when they're just back and you're like, holy shit.
And the freaking, the twist that you find out in the basement.
It's not porn.
It's not porn. Yeah, were you thinking it was porn?
Everyone said it's porn at some point.
Dude,
like he thinks he has the answer to like humanity's solution to everything, and he goes down there, and his dad was just gonna like show him some porno mags or the gun or something, like the Family Gun.
See, the thing is, when I started the show and like, we're like, oh, there's like a vital secret in Aaron's basement. I'm like, we're never gonna get there. The show's never gonna get to that point. The show's way too long. No way. It's gonna be like Naruto.
Yeah.
But then you actually, and I'm like, oh,
it's gonna be when he
we're
becomes
actually
Hokage.
here,
It's gonna be Aaron becoming Hokage. It never happens.
right? But then you find out he was always the Hokage. He was always the founder.
Kind of.
Oh, dude, that was, I guess, another one of my like favorite moments was Aaron and Zeke going through all the memories of Grisha Yeager.
That was really good
and
too.
then just finding out like that
the plot twist.
The plot twist there.
That was really good too. Especially like that. I killed him, Aaron. I killed them all for you.
He's like, oh,
are you happy, Aaron? I did it.
I killed him with my own hands.
Even the children.
Dude, I freaking love that. Yeah,
that was so fucked. I think it's him screaming outside of the chapel, and then the moment before that where like when he goes down and you realize he can hear him.
Right, and he's like,
where you're like, oh shit, this is something else.
Dude, my girlfriend was freaking out. She's like, what the fuck is even
Then there's those fucking fan theories that like early on in the first couple seasons that like background characters are Zeke and Aaron looking at them.
Yep, I wholeheartedly believe that.
I could see it, yeah.
Because like there's no, I mean, I think there was one that was prominently where I'm like, that has to be Aaron, but it's also like past the point of them getting out of the memories. So I think it was like legitimately Aaron just in the Founding Titan moment, like going back in time using the memories and like just like, oh yep, no, this needs to happen this way or whatever. So
yeah,
I think that's just cool though, just to know that was a thing. Fuck. There are so many good battles. I think I still do like the Aaron and fucking I can't think of his name. Not the Colossal Titan, Armored Titan, Rhina.
Yeah.
I love their first battle.
Oh, where he like kicks his ass?
Where he kicks his ass and then he like finally like he's like, wait, let me use one of Annie's moves.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then you realize that's when you realize that Ryan is actually not that good of a fighter.
He's not good at fighting. He can just take a lot of hits.
Yeah, he's a good meat shield.
He is. Were there? I guess I mean everything. The whole Shuganshina fight was freaking amazing. Like,
everything from and then like even after the charge, like Armin's
death
and the
like,
choice.
The
oh god.
Choice. Oh fuck.
That was so difficult.
What? Do you think they made the right choice? Because
I mean, in the end, they had to have.
Even Levi says he's like, no, I do believe I made the right choice.
In the end, he did. Because in the end, I'm trying to remember what it was. There was like a deciding factor where it's like, Erwin wouldn't have made this choice to get us here, so you were the right choice.
Right. I love when he's like Levi's just about to give the injection to Erwin. Boom, just throws up his arm, and it's not even like, it wasn't even him just saying no. It was legitimately just him, like, just like reverting back to a child for a second, just raising his hand and answering a question.
If anything, I feel like it would have been better if he would have in some way, not like fully conscious, just be like, no, I don't want it. But like, I think I would have liked it more if it was more of an indication of no.
That is true.
I don't like how it's just like, oh, he's like just brain dead. Let's just let him rest. Like, it would have been better if maybe not even have the context of the classroom and he just like swats and then you're kind of left with like, maybe he doesn't want it.
I think it would have been better to leave it more ambiguous, but I still like how they did it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's not my favorite how they do that, just because like I feel like the audience knowing that's not what he means takes away from it. Mm-hmm. It would have been better if he just swatted his hand up without the context, and you're left wondering, did he not want it, so you didn't give it to him? Right.
I think that would have been the better way of going about it, definitely. Is there another... Do you have any other favorite moments?
I I don't know. We're bringing up some good ones that I didn't even think of before at first, like the choice, I'm trying to think. Well, Armin's like death. That Bertolt kicking Aaron.
That's
that
good.
was so fucking good.
Dude, I think we got to talk about the sizing, like the scale of like Aaron compared to the Colossal Titan, because like he should have been up to his knee, and he was just holding up his ankle at that point. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Then what was it? I think Aaron's still his only confirmed kill in ODM gear is the Colossal Titan.
That is wild. Wait, no, didn't there? He has two.
Oh no,
ODM
he has two.
kills.
He has two. Yeah. Okay. Still though.
That is wild though. Yeah, most of his have been just killing random Titans in his Titan form.
I guess there's the part where they kill that really monstrosity of like Astoria's dad. That was kind of cool too.
That was a good moment. Oh, the freaking Aaron punching himself.
Yeah.
A good fight between protagonist and antagonist right there.
Oh, have you seen the meme of Rod Rice when he licks the spinal fluid?
No.
It's just a meme format where he's like on the floor and he just licks it.
You could do that for anything.
Oh, it's perfect. I love that.
Dude, I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna put it somewhere. I'm gonna find something to put it on top of, and it will be great.
It's so easy. It's pretty effortless.
I guess another favorite moment of mine. I loved seeing Aaron's head get shot off.
Oh yeah, that was so good.
That was fucking bad. It wasn't badass, but like just seeing the blood, just like just his whole fucking head.
Fucking sniped the neck clean off. Like that was fucking sick.
That was. I mean, fuck you, Gabi, for doing it, but.
That's like the moment where Gabi stops being as annoying, though.
Right.
It's like just that exact moment. That and like, I guess another really fucked moment around that same time is when Zeke yells the whole like, spare him. What was the name?
Oh,
Was it Falco?
It was Falco. And...
Falco's the kid who got turned into the beast, or Jaws, whatever. Like, yeah, it's like, please spare Falco. It was really fucked up. Just be like, sorry. And then just roar.
You care about your brother too.
So this hurts a lot.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that was also a really good moment, just seeing all of them change into Titans.
Pixis turns too. Yep. That was really fucked.
That's what ended off that whole kind of sequence of seeing them all turn, was him just like drinking his last drink of liquor and just like, well, this is where it ends.
Oh, I suppose we didn't even mention. What'd you think of Hanji's death?
Holy fuck! Why didn't we? Oh my god, that was so freaking badass. She went out in the blaze of glory.
A literal blaze of glory.
And there's no other way. And then after she dies, just like
that was more fucked. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
That made Val cry.
Dude, I was tearing up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And then,
same thing with like Sasha at the end with the salute. Yeah.
And then, Levi giving the salute to all of them, too, I thought was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess, I mean, I think I can't think of any other moments that were, like, really stand-out-ish. I mean, like, the whole series good, but...
All I can think of is, like, nostalgic Season 1 stuff before you realize how fucking crazy the plot is. Like Aaron's first time being eaten and stuff like that, how that kind of stuck with you.
Yeah, that does... That is also really good.
It's like we're gonna go see the ocean or whatever, and then he like bites his. Isn't it his arm goes flying out?
His arm just gets goes flying off. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was fucking up.
If the fucking bearded like Santa Titan would have fully digested Aaron, he would have become the founder.
That is wild. It's wild that he didn't get digested.
You see him, I think,
like just about to get digested. Like
you see him as a human. I think when you'd see the Marley flashbacks, you start to see a lot of the characters. It's the Eldian Resistance. that Aaron's dad is part of. That you see a lot of them, like all of his followers. Like you start to see the comparisons of them at Titans in the first couple seasons.
It's wild that you don't know that stuff because you don't see those characters yet.
I honestly blanked out too when they did Ymir's flashback of like the fact that they had guns and they looked more modern and they were like,
right.
I totally like. I knew that something was happening. Really, like this is something that's going to be really important, but I did not register the fact that these people were very, very different.
See, I think they were very smart with doing it, though, too, because they made us think that they were still inside the walls.
But there was something
because
suspicious happening in the
Amir
walls.
getting kicked off the wall
Yeah.
was suspicious, but then you're like, oh, wait, no, we've been here before. This is one of the walls. This is Mario Rose Orsina. So...
Yeah, but someone was saying, like, it's obvious when you look at it that they're wearing very more modern clothing.
Definitely.
And, like, the guns that they have, that you can see them having some kind of guns.
See, and the thing is like, when I first saw it and, like, you see Amir getting picked out by that one priest or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's one of the wall people. So
No.
It's not, but it's just one of the Eldian. I don't know, what would they be? Just like subjects of Ymir that like just want to worship.
Yeah, but then Marleans don't want that, obviously.
Absolutely. But it's also weird because she was roaming around as a Titan for 50 years.
Yeah, it was a long time
before that.
ago.
So that is also interesting.
Well, yeah, because when she first eats, was it Porco or whatever they called them?
I think it was Porco, yeah.
Yeah, because she was like in the ground, like the fucking ground, fertilized with her fucking sleeping underneath. Like she'd been there for a long ass time.
She was camping out.
Yeah, that and like I'm trying to think of other like Marleyan type foreshadowing that they did. There's so much of it.
There is a lot. I guess Amir actually knowing to read Marleyan.
Yeah, that was a big one
language.
too.
That was a big one that you're like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I don't think I can't think of any other foreshadowing other than, like, Gresha's wife being the Titan that eats
Oh, yeah,
Aaron's
that's
mom.
the irony in that.
Yeah, that one's fucked up. I found that
Well,
one...
I mean, it's not a coincidence. Aaron chose it to happen.
Oh, yeah, no. He knew what he was doing. Well, he didn't know what he was doing. He was too crazy in the moment, but he needed to know... That needed to happen for the story to move on.
I wonder if he didn't have a choice in which Titan with his choices of like doing that, or if he willingly chose it to be that one during the Shiganshina attack. Because like, I mean, it doesn't have any like huge relevance. If he could have picked any Titan to do it, or if he's just like, why not? It's ironic.
I think it had to be that Titan.
Yeah.
I think the wildest thing, I don't know if I brought this up before, but Aaron being a slave to the narrative.
Yeah.
I think is just very ironic also because he's always like
the same, but
he's
that's
always
how it's
pushing
meant to
for
be.
freedom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I find that just wild. And it's like, damn, dude will never actually get his freedom.
And he's not ever going to change because him in the future is not allowing him to change, so the future can happen how it needs to.
Right? It's so fucked up. The time paradox.
I like time paradoxes
I
a little
love
bit
them.
more now. I used to not like them at all growing up because I really hated that Terminator time paradox bullshit. I think they go too far in Terminator.
That's fair. That's
Because
fair.
I don't know how can your dad be from the future? How does that fucking work? Like you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Like
I get what you're saying.
How does your child send you back to the past to give birth to you? That can't happen.
That is also true.
That can't happen.
That empirically is impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We went over the ending. I guess we should. I think we can kind of just end this off with our overall final thoughts of the series, right?
I mean, it's honestly one of the best anime of, I guess, our generation, I should say.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, it is our anime of our generation. As much as you want to be the person who's like, I don't do the mainstream, whatever. Like, it is. It's the anime of our
Right.
generation. It is our fucking, like, I mean, not in length, but it is like our Dragon Ball, our Naruto, our One Piece. It is.
It is, and the thing that I loved about it is it did have an ending.
Yeah.
This is a series that you can watch from start to end and not almost feel like, oh my god, this is a task to do.
It's not one of the big three.
It's not one of the big three, but it kind of feels, it has those almost not similarities, but it's like, oh, here's the main character, and he has this special power or whatever, So I find it doesn't have the big similarities, but I think it's like similar enough that you can latch onto it the same way, and I think that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, that and here, we can maybe end it off with this. What do you think is going to be the big three of our generation? Again, not in length, but in memorable, or gosh, I keep wanting to say memorabilia. Just, how memorable it is, how much it sticks with our culture. Like, in my opinion, Attack on Titan's already one of them. Mm-hmm. I feel like, even though I'm not a huge fan of this, Demon Slayer might be.
I think Demon Slayer is definitely one of the next ones.
And then
I would say,
what do you think would be the three?
I would honestly say My Hero, just because it's finishing up.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I like it enough.
I feel like My Hero is really big, but it is not like everyone in the room has watched My Hero.
That is also fair.
Because Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, I think, are big enough to say that.
Do you think it's going to be Chainsaw Man? Because I feel like Chainsaw Man's going to be ongoing for a long time.
It could. I think that as long as they come out with it faster, I don't think the pace it's going for the anime, it's going to be hard to keep people interested.
That's what I think too.
Being honest, if I would have watched just that season of that anime without reading the manga, I would have said boring.
Absolutely. That's fair, because I wanted that to be a 24 episode season.
Sure.
It should have been, but I was sadly disappointed.
Yeah,
in that regard, but
yeah, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, maybe Chainsaw Man. I still I don't think anything else has stand out that much for a period of years, I would say.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, but just a thought, it's kind of crazy. We're in the next generation of anime.
Yeah, let's see what else comes out, right?
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Do you have anything else you need to say?
No, I think we covered everything. Attack on Titan was a great series. It will stick with us forever.
I will. I've already watched it more. I'm pretty sure I've watched this series more than 4 times already.
I've watched it probably 2 or 3 times.
So, yeah. And that number is just going to keep rising. So,
yeah, because it's such fun first experience yourself, and then you do a watch party with someone who hasn't seen it.
Right.
Anything like that.
And then you just have to watch it again, and then again, and again, and again. But, yeah, I think that's where we'll end it, guys. What did you guys think of the ending of Attack on Titan down below? And leave any other comments you want down there. Remember to leave a like button and hit that subscribe button. And remember,
what?
Who's our channel artist?
That's Nico Chin. I would say, I think we always do stuff in our description of your channel, my channels.
Yeah, of course. There's also our stuff in the description. Go check ourselves out. And is there anything else? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Deuces.